I recently stumbled upon an extremely easy business model delivering medical supplies using your car. And there are two things that really blew my mind about this unique business idea. Number one, you can use your own car, which is easy, I know. And number two, you can make upwards of $2,500 per week. Imagine how your life would change making an additional $2,500 every 7 days. So if you are looking for an opportunity to make significantly more money, this is the video for you. Now, most of you watching don't even know that the exact car that you are paying a note on each month that is just sitting outside doing nothing can be your ticket to earning a six-figure income. But you have to do it the right way. So before we get into the right way, let's talk about the wrong way that you're probably using your car so that you can stop wasting time. And that is these underpaying and time-consuming food delivery apps like Grubhub and Instacart. The New York Times says that on average, gig workers delivering food and groceries earn only $11 per hour, and that's after taxes, gas, and general maintenance on your car. And there are some deliveries that are paying as low as $4. Look, always remember your car is an expense, losing you money each and every month. But there is something that you can do to make it an asset, meaning putting money into your pocket every single month, and that is delivering medical supplies. So let's get into what is involved in delivering medical supplies and, of course, how much you can get paid from it. First of all, you sign up at a company to become a medical courier. And I have a list of 7 companies that you can check out later in this video, so stay tuned for that. But being a medical courier, you are responsible for the pickup and the delivery of medical records and other important documents, test results for patients, other medical supplies, lab specimens, and even, in some cases, vital organs. Now, even though some of that sounds a bit icky, you don't have to drive actual people around like you would with Uber or Lyft. Some of these companies work directly with some of the biggest businesses in the world, and you will be responsible for making sure packages are delivered on time, every time. In most cases, you will be an independent contractor, meaning that you set up your own schedule, you work when you want, you choose the gigs you want, ignore the ones you don't, and basically be your own boss. Most companies also pay you within 24 to 48 hours of doing the job, which is great to get cash flow every single day. In fact, if you like getting paid every single day and making money online from the comfort of your home, you have to subscribe to my newsletter called The Extra Paycheck. I send out weekly emails giving you the newest and latest in how to earn passive income even as a busy adult. Just check out the first link in the description, and I even have a free gift for you as soon as you subscribe in the first email. Now, like most jobs and services, there are a few requirements that you're going to need in order to be qualified to perform these tasks, and we're going to go over them right now. First of all, you need to be comfortable making your way around the city that you are working in. You have to be tech savvy enough as well to be able to work a mobile phone and some apps. Now, when it comes to age, since you are dealing with different companies who all have their own requirements, I will have to label this as it depends. Some require at least being 18 years old, whereas others require you to be at least 21. So when applying for these positions, be sure to read the small print so that you will know going in. Medical couriers need to have a clean driving history, a current driver's license, and the ability to work in your state or country. Now, for the car that you will be using to perform these tasks, there are a few things that you will need for it as well. All of the couriers on this list require a car with insurance. The car must also be no more than 10 years old, but I have seen on some of these sites that are listed that you can have a car that's upwards of 20 years old. Just be sure that regardless of the car that you use, it needs to be reliable. So use some common sense. Just like a mailman whose one job is to deliver mail, if you don't have reliable transportation, you won't have a medical courier side gig for very long because no one will trust you to get their precious cargo from point A to point B. Also remember that not all of the things that you will be transporting will always be medical related, but when it is, some places will require specific certifications so that you can handle those items. And here are a few examples of what you will need and why. So for example, if you will be transporting bodily fluids, you will need some type of medical clearances to do so. This may include you having to go through a drug test yourself so that you can be trusted to handle this cargo. Some courier positions will require that you even have HIPAA certifications. And if you're not familiar with that, HIPAA is just a law used to help protect sensitive patient information. Here is an example, and stay with me on this one, because when it comes to information that you might find while working, it needs to be kept confidential. So if you pick up some medication for an embarrassing medical condition like constipation or incontinence, and you recognize the name of the patient, HIPAA laws will prevent you from blabbering about it to the first person who will listen. So be cool and just don't don't do that. Now, let's check out the websites where you can find these gigs. I have 7 of them, but the last one is truly life-changing. The first one is Dropoff, and there is something really interesting about them. Dropoff works with a wide range of companies, but handles more than just healthcare and medical supplies. They also do industrial deliveries and even retail. They are just like any gig app that is out there, and they need drivers 24/7 for transport. They work with places like McKesson, Whole Foods, Quest Diagnostics, and even Neiman Marcus. There is also live tracking that is made available to the customer so that they can see you and where you are at all times during the delivery. So be sure to only deliver your package when en route and not stop off at your friend's house to hang out. To get started with Dropoff, just go to their website, which I will link down in the description, and at the top right, click Drive for Us, and then sign up to drive. You will see more than 50 contractor listings that you can apply for immediately. The next site on this list is Frayt, and there is something really weird about them in the application process, but we're going to get into it. So first of all, what is Frayt? Frayt is another same-day delivery service similar to Dropoff, available in almost 30 states around the United States. You don't need any type of commercial driver's license and can earn upwards of about $30 per hour. To get started with Frayt, go to Frayt's website, that is Frayt, click drivers at the top right, and then apply. Now, here is the weird part. You will need to download their app for either Apple or Android to start the application process. So it doesn't happen on their website, which I found pretty interesting to say the least. Theoretically, you don't even need a computer. You can do everything completely from your phone, which is pretty cool. Before we get into my favorite website on this list, some other mentions like Reliable Carriers, GoShare, Dispatchit, and Diligent Delivery Systems are all great options, as well as they all service different areas, so you are sure to find something near to where you live and start getting paid as soon as possible. And now for my favorite on the list. You ready for this? It's CBDriver. Now this one is going to blow your socks off, and here's why. They are like the Indeed.com for gig drivers. At any given time, there are hundreds of jobs out there where they want independent contractors with varying skills. Just visit the site, punch in your zip code, and dozens of jobs are going to pop up. And they tell you straight up if you need to have a car, an SUV, or if you need to know how to drive something like a box truck. Some of these jobs pay as little as $100 per day or $1,000 per week, and some have massive contracts that pay as much as $2,500 to $3,500 per week. So for our math whizzes in the room, that is a potential pay of between $10,000 and $14,000 per month simply delivering stuff. And when the job is complete, you get the money directly deposited into your checking account weekly. To get started at CBDriver, go to their website and join for free to start applying for some of the listings that are there. Now pay attention, because a ninja trick is to join their free driver talk forum so that you can chat with others already in the community, ask questions, and learn the tricks to get the highest paying gigs on the site. Just remember that whatever you do, just get started. You're not going to make any money just sitting there on your hands. So take the 7 sites that we just talked about, go out there and start making something happen in your life.